I had made up in my mind, my CGPA was 7.008, for instance. And I thought I am just a 7 pointer, I'll not get it. Like, that was one myth, and that was eating me up because I had applied to few good colleges.
Welcome to Student Stories from YocketVerse. Today we have with us Prakhar. He is going for MS in Engineering and Technology Innovation Management at Carnegie Mellon University. Let's hear from him how his study abroad journey was like.
So I completed my undergrad in electrical engineering from IIT Palakkad. Post that, I joined a telecommunication firm. I worked in the corporate marketing department as an assistant manager. And then I decided that I should gain much more expertise, and thus I wanted to move forward to pursue higher education.
Was study abroad always on the cards?
I had that thing in mind, right? Because coming from a college like IIT, I had so many friends who were doing so good technically also, and I had seen many friends who were in management field, and it always made sense to gain some more knowledge, because at the end of the day, I think to work in your field at a higher level, there is some set of skills which you have to go ahead and acquire. So I was an engineer by background, and I knew that I had to gain certain managerial skills in order to work at a managerial position. I had to gain some knowledge of product management, project management, to be better at what I do. So that's why I decided to work for 2 to 3 years and then go for a master's education.
What made you choose CMU over other universities?
So essentially, this allowed me to have two courses both in engineering and managerial backgrounds. And then when I looked up for the universities, like Carnegie Mellon has one of the best engineering colleges all across the country, all across the US. Their computer school of engineering also amazing. They are ranked at a very high level. And then the class size, this particular class was very less. So I knew that professors would be very good. So that's why I decided I'll go and stick with Carnegie Mellon.
Any myths you had that got debunked about study abroad process?
Yeah, so the first thing which I had heard is, to go into a top university, you just need to have good CGPA. Like, that was one myth, and that was eating me up because I had applied to few good colleges. I had applied to Cornell and Purdue too, and I got reject from both of them. So like, I had made up in my mind, my CGPA was 7.008, for instance, and I thought I am just a 7 pointer, I'll not get it. But that's the biggest myth with which one could see, because there is so many things in your application. Like, there is SOP, there is LOR, then there are your certifications, there are so much things which are there. And trust me, no one, like, GPA is just again a part of a puzzle. Like, it's not the most important thing. And I've seen people who would say my GPA is not that good, and why should I apply, I should just quit and do it. GPA is not at all, like, it's not the deciding factor. It's one of the factors. It's not the deciding factor.
What was your strategy while writing the SOP?
My strategy in writing SOP was clear, in the sense that I had to make a rhythm. So I wanted to do this particular course. So I had always kept in this mind that I have to make a flow. So I always started my SOP with my past, a little bit about background, about my UG background, what responsibilities I held, and then I connected it with my job. So from here, how did I came here? Then what I do in present, then what made me aspire to do that from my present work, and then how going there will help me. So I think if you take 3 parts, if you break your SOP into 3 parts, past, present, and future, I think it makes your job very easier. You just need to connect the paths, and you are very clear what you have done in the past, right? You have 2 to 3 activities which are to be done. So I had a few good courses, and I had a few good internships and student activities which I had to give in past, that I related to my current job, how it helped me and how it is relevant to what I'm doing right now. And then the same current job, what aspirations did I get from my current job, and then how Carnegie Mellon University or the program fits into the picture, and how it will guide me to my future where I want to go.
How did Yocket Premium help you?
So I had things in my mind always. Like, I knew what I had to do, but then Yocket was there to support me at every juncture. Like, I knew I had to give I had to complete my applications, but then how do I go on by that whole process on my own? So that's where Yocket came in. They helped me out with the applications. They sorted things out for me. So I think Yocket was for me was something like they handheld me through the entire thing.
Check out Yocket Connect to connect with 7 lakh plus students like these.